Hello, everyone. Welcome to another fascinating episode with us here at English Listening Moment.
And I'm excited to be here with you today.
My name is Emma.
And I'm George.
Today we're going to be talking about something absolutely extraordinary. We're discussing the weather in Antarctica, the coldest continent on Earth.
That's right, Emma. Antarctica is one of the most extreme places on our planet. The weather conditions there are unlike anywhere else in the world.
Exactly. Before we dive deep into this topic, let's preview some important vocabulary that will help you understand everything we discussed today.
Great idea. Our first word is extreme. Extreme means very severe or intense, much more than normal.
Extreme. When we talk about Antarctica's weather, we always use this word because the conditions are so intense.
The next important word is temperature. Temperature tells us how hot or cold something is.
Yes, and in Antarctica, temperatures can drop incredibly low. We measure temperature in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Another key term is wind speed. This tells us how fast the wind is moving.
Wind speed is measured in kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Strong winds can make cold weather feel even colder.
Let's also look at research station. A research station is a special facility where scientists live and work.
Exactly. In Antarctica, these stations are built to withstand extreme weather conditions while scientists study the environment.
Now, let's talk about the actual weather conditions in Antarctica right now.
The current high temperature across the continent is 4 degrees Celsius at Casey Station.
4 degrees Celsius. That's actually relatively warm for Antarctica, isn't it?
Yes, George, 4 degrees is above freezing. Freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius, so Casey Station is experiencing what we might call mild weather for Antarctica.
But let's look at the other extreme. The South Pole is recording minus 31 degrees Celsius.
Minus 31 degrees? That's incredibly cold. At that temperature, exposed skin can get frostbite in just minutes.
Frostbite is when your skin and tissue freeze because of extreme cold. It's very dangerous.
Absolutely. Anyone working outside at the South Pole needs special protective clothing. They wear multiple layers, insulated boots, heavy gloves, and face masks.
Now, let's discuss the wind conditions. The maximum wind speed recorded is 86 kilometers per hour at Mawson Station.
86 kilometers per hour. That's extremely strong wind. To give our listeners some perspective, that's similar to a strong storm or even a weak hurricane.
When wind speeds reach that level, combined with freezing temperatures, we get something called the wind chill effect.
Wind chill. That's an important concept. Can you explain it, George?
Of course. Wind chill is how cold it feels on your skin when you combine the actual temperature with the wind speed. Strong winds make the temperature feel much colder than it actually is.
So at Mawson Station, even if the temperature is minus 20 degrees, with those strong winds, it might feel like minus 40 degrees or even colder.
Exactly right, Emma. This is why wind is so dangerous in Antarctica. It's not just about the temperature on the thermometer.
Let's talk about these 3 research stations we mentioned: Casey, South Pole, and Mawson. Each one experiences different weather conditions.
Casey Station is located on the coast of Antarctica. Coastal areas tend to be slightly warmer than inland areas.
That explains why Casey has the highest temperature at 4 degrees Celsius. Being near the ocean moderates the temperature a bit.
The South Pole Station is located right at the bottom of the Earth, at the geographic South Pole. It's very far inland and at high elevation.
High elevation means it's far above sea level. The higher you go, the colder it gets. That's why the South Pole is so cold at minus 31 degrees.
Mawson Station is another coastal research station, but it's experiencing those extreme winds of 86 kilometers per hour.
Antarctica is known for its katabatic winds. These are special winds that form when cold, dense air flows down from the high interior of the continent toward the coast.
Katabatic winds can reach speeds of over 300 kilometers per hour in some parts of Antarctica. They're some of the strongest winds on Earth.
Now, before we continue, we want to ask you something important, our dear listeners.
Yes, if you're enjoying this episode and learning new English vocabulary while discovering fascinating facts about Antarctica, please help us grow.
We would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, English Listening Moment.
By subscribing, you'll never miss our new episodes. We create content like this every week to help you improve your English listening skills.
And if you found this episode helpful, please click the like button and leave us a comment. Tell us what topics you'd like us to cover next.
Your support means everything to us. It helps us create more quality content for English learners around the world.
Thank you so much. Now let's continue learning about Antarctica's incredible weather.
Antarctica experiences extreme seasonal changes. During summer, which is December to February, the continent gets 24 hours of daylight.
24 hours of daylight? That means the sun never sets during summer months.
Exactly. This is because of Antarctica's position at the South Pole. The Earth's tilt causes this phenomenon called the midnight sun.
During winter, June to August, Antarctica experiences the opposite. There are 24 hours of darkness.
Complete darkness for months. Can you imagine living in those conditions?
It's incredibly challenging. Scientists and researchers who work at these stations need to be mentally and physically prepared for such extreme conditions.
Winter temperatures at the South Pole can drop to minus 60 degrees Celsius or even colder.
Minus 60 degrees? At that temperature, if you throw boiling water into the air, it instantly turns into ice crystals.
That's an amazing phenomenon. The water doesn't even have time to fall to the ground as liquid. It freezes mid-air.
Another interesting fact about Antarctica weather is the lack of precipitation.
Precipitation means rain or snow. Even though Antarctica is covered in ice, it actually receives very little snowfall.
That's right. Antarctica is technically a desert. It's the driest continent on Earth.
A desert doesn't mean hot and sandy. A desert is any place that receives very little precipitation. Antarctica qualifies as a polar desert.
Most of the ice in Antarctica has been there for thousands or even millions of years. It doesn't come from new snowfall, but from ancient accumulated snow that compressed into ice.
The ice sheet in Antarctica is incredibly thick. In some places, it's over 4 kilometers deep.
4 kilometers of solid ice. That's taller than most mountains.
Scientists are very interested in Antarctica because studying the ice can tell us about Earth's climate history.
They drill deep into the ice and extract ice cores. These cores contain trapped air bubbles from thousands of years ago.
By studying these air bubbles, scientists can learn what the atmosphere was like in the past. They can measure carbon dioxide levels, temperature, and other important climate indicators.
Antarctica is also important for understanding current climate change. The ice sheets are sensitive to global temperature increases.
If Antarctica's ice melts, it could raise sea levels around the world. This would affect billions of people living in coastal areas.
That's why monitoring weather and climate in Antarctica is so crucial. The research stations we mentioned, Casey, South Pole, and Mawson, play a vital role in this monitoring.
Scientists at these stations use sophisticated equipment to measure temperature, wind speed, humidity, air pressure, and many other variables.
They also study wildlife. Despite the harsh conditions, Antarctica is home to penguins, seals, whales, and many species of birds.
These animals have adapted to survive in extreme cold. Penguins, for example, have special feathers that trap warm air and thick layers of fat for insulation. Emperor penguins are particularly remarkable. They breed during the Antarctic winter, enduring temperatures of minus 40 degrees Celsius and winds over 150 kilometers per hour.
It's incredible how life can adapt to such extreme environments. Now let's practice some useful vocabulary and phrases related to weather. Repeat after me.
The temperature is below freezing.
The temperature is below freezing. Good.
Strong winds are blowing from the south.
Strong winds are blowing from the south. Excellent.
The weather conditions are extremely harsh.
The weather conditions are extremely harsh. Very good.
Scientists are monitoring climate change.
Scientists are monitoring climate change. Perfect.
These phrases are useful when discussing weather, especially extreme weather conditions.
You can use them in daily conversation when talking about weather reports or climate news.
Let's review what we've learned today. Antarctica is the coldest continent on Earth.
Current temperatures range from 4 degrees Celsius at Casey Station to minus 31 degrees Celsius at the South Pole.
Wind speeds can reach 86 kilometers per hour or higher, especially at coastal stations like Mawson.
Antarctica is a polar desert with very little precipitation, despite being covered in ice.
Research stations play a crucial role in monitoring weather and studying climate change.
The extreme conditions make Antarctica one of the most challenging environments on Earth.
Yet it's also one of the most important places for scientific research.
Thank you so much for joining us today on English Listening Moment.
We hope you learned new vocabulary and interesting facts about Antarctica's weather.
Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future episodes.
Keep practicing your English listening skills. Every episode brings you closer to fluency.
Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.